So the coolest part of seeing Detective Pikachu was buying my ticket and getting handed this. Yes, these are Pokemon cards. That is awesome. I thought this film was good, but not great and not really what I had wanted as a Pokemon fan. This is a movie that was very approachable for anyone, whether you knew what Pokemon were or not. For example, I took my wife to see this. My wife has never played Pokemon, has never watched Pokemon, has zero desire to do anything with Pokemon, makes fun of people who play Pokemon, right? That's my wife. But she thought this movie was great. She enjoyed it. She thought Pikachu was so cute. She wants a stuffed Pikachu. She thought it was just a really fun, funny, good movie. I came into this as a Pokemon fan, and I was excited not just to see the Pokemon, but to see some of the other references within the Pokemon world. And that is where this movie fails, because this is not a Pokemon movie. This is a movie with Pokemon. That's like Space Jam. Space Jam is primarily a Michael Jordan basketball movie that happens to have the Looney Tunes. However, if you took that same script and you reworded a few things and you made it with Mickey Mouse and all those guys, it still probably would have been the same movie and had about the same reception. That same applies here. The Pokemon are not the main focus of this movie. The humans are, and the human aspects and those elements. You could have added any monster thing in its place of the Pokemon, and it would have been fine. Now, yes, there would have been a few jokes you have to change, a few lines, but 95% of the script would have been exactly the same. So for me, that no longer makes it a Pokemon movie, which for me as a fan was a little disappointing. There are no Pokemon centers, there are no catching Pokemon, there are no gyms, there are no battles. Okay, there kind of are battles, and there's kind of a scene with a Pokeball, but not really. That's not really what this is getting at. There's no potions, there's no Poke Centers, there's no Nurse Joys, Officer Jennies, there's no gyms, there's no badges, anything like that. It's just not here. This is a human film where Pokemon coexist peacefully with them, and something is making them start to not coexist peacefully, and we try to figure this out. Mostly it's a detective film. And duh, it's Detective Pikachu. That makes sense. I don't know what I thought going into it. Again, this is my fault for having a dream of seeing a cool, big budget Pokemon movie. And this is not that. It's a good movie. It's still very enjoyable, and it's a great family film. That's probably another thing that I need to stress. This is not made for me. This is made for kids, and their moms and dads can also enjoy it and have a good time, but primarily kids are going to get the most out of this film. And it does a great job with that. If I was a kid, I would have loved this movie. I mean, I still definitely, especially if I had grown up just playing the games, I still would have been upset that I never get to see anyone get a badge. I never get to see anyone have to teach them a move or rush them to a Pokemon Center. I don't get to see any of that. I just get to see the Pokemon together. But it's fine. There are a couple things. Here I go talking about cinematic universes and like flukes that bother me. But they reference Pokemon the first movie in one part of it. And now in Japan, coming out this summer, and probably in America in the fall or something, there is a remake of Pokemon the first movie coming out, so maybe they were trying to make those correlate. Either way, it was weird because this apparently takes place 20 years after that, which it does, because this is 2019, that movie came out in 1999 in America. So maybe it is the same universe, and this is just a place where it's different, and that's fine. But that was a little weird, and so this is the same Mewtwo we can assume from Pokemon the first movie. And weird thought and reference. In the movie Home Alone, he rents the movies Angels with Filthy Souls, right? He watches that, and Pikachu in one part is watching the movie Angels with Filthy Souls. So this movie now exists within two universes, which means that the Home Alone universe and this Pokemon universe are a shared universe. That's weird. You couldn't have made some other crime film to put there? Like, you literally show it for like 6 seconds, and it was funny for me. It made me laugh, but I feel like you just did that for nostalgia, and you couldn't have thought of any like funny Pokemon related crime films to show. You had a lot of good things you could have done there. You could have done a hint for something like Missingo, which was Pokemon number 0. It was a hack that you could get in red and blue. I mean, that to me would have been a much better reference than just randomly dropping in a meta joke from Home Alone into your universe. It's weird. I don't know why you chose to do that, and I don't know why it bugged me so much, but just when I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't make any sense, but weird. Just weird reference. I don't know why you thought that. Anyway, yeah, the film's fine. Ryan Reynolds does a great job as Pikachu. He's very funny, and there's a twist at the end that I didn't really like. I thought it was a little hokey, but it's the film overall is well done and a good family movie, and kids would enjoy it. For me, as a Pokemon fan, it was fine. You know, I've said this so many times with movies. And again, I'm judging it from a totally different perspective, though, because I had hoped that it would be something that it isn't. It isn't a Pokemon movie. It is a movie that features Pokemon. And in that sense, it does a pretty good job. But the Pokemon are not the main point of this film. And the plot is good. It's very generic. It's any detective thing you've seen, you will be able to guess this from 10 miles away. This is not a movie that's trying to get you to think about things. It's just trying to tell you a good story, make you laugh, and teach you a little lesson inside of it. Humor wise, there was lots of stuff that I was able to laugh at, mostly due to Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if it was improvisation or if it was actually in the script, but Pikachu is the main point of this film, does a really good job. The script is kind of weak in some points. Like, there's some things I was like, oh, the acting is not really good, but the acting is fine. It's just the script they have to deliver isn't good. Huh, why'd I get 5 voicemails from the same person? That's weird. What? My dad's dead? What? I mean, like, that's legit a scene, like the first scene in the movie. I don't know. That stuff bothers me. It's such like cliche, stupid movie stuff that would never actually get said that way in real life. And they do a fine job with it, but it just, right at that moment, I went, this film isn't for me. It's made for kids. Because you see that kind of stuff a lot just taken for granted in kids' movies. This explain everything out loud to my friend type thing. And again, I'm judging it from a completely different standpoint. But it was a good movie and a good kids movie. It's funny, it has heart, it has feelings, but for what it could have been, using the Pokemon universe, which is this huge expanse that you could do so much with and still have it be something that my wife could enjoy, I feel. I thought you didn't really do what you could have. You chose the safest routes. That's the word. This is a very safe film. Most anybody could watch this and enjoy it. But will they love it? Will people obsess over this and want more? Maybe. In the end, I think that Detective Pikachu will be the kind of movie that you lazily turn on a Saturday afternoon on Netflix. And that's how it's going to be remembered. Again, not bad, just not all that it could have been. And so I'm going to give Detective Pikachu a B. I know B probably sounds like a high grade from what I was saying about it, but again, it's a good movie. I had my own issues that I brought into it, so I can't fairly judge it. As a Pokemon movie, like with all this universe you have, it's like a D minus. But as an actual family film, it's a solid B. It's not perfect, but it's really not bad either. It's just turn it on and enjoy it. But yeah, so overall, as a Pokemon fan, I still think you should go see it. It is cool. There are some cool references in it. And you do get to take some of these home. And that was cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.